Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we come in this life as white, this is the will of Allah. This is the result of the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or when we come to this life as black or any other color, when we come to this life in any race, the race of us also, it's the choice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we cannot be blamed for our race or for our color, and we cannot be rewarded for them. We cannot expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward us for our color. We cannot say we are special in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are white or we are black, so He will reward us. This is the way we fool ourselves. The circumstances in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This was the Quran says, إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ وَأُنثَى وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ. We are the one who created you from single man and woman, and then we made you folks and different nations. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ. Here is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. Best of you is the one who fears his Lord, who regards his Lord, who observes his duties to his Lord. إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. The most valuable of you is the one who observe is the one who observe his God, his Creator. Inna akramakum indallah. And this is the criterion between us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge according it. بل هي فتنة. So we should understand these circumstances in this life. If we do not understand it, we will fool ourselves and maybe we will be crazy in this life. If we do not see that Allah is the one who gives the provision for whom He wills, who exposes and gives too much the provision for the wealth for whom He wants, and restricts the provision for whom He wants. This, when we do not see this, it will be very difficult for us to live in this life, because we deny the one who gives the wealth. بل هي فتنة. So the circumstances in this life, all of them is fitna, just to try, just to test. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just wants to test us in this life, and gives some people and takes from the others, and after a while He may give them again in order to try them what they will react to their Lord. Remember when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam, when he saw a big wealth before him, he said, إِنَّ هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي لِيَبْلُوَنِي أَأَشْكُرْ أَمْ أَكْفُرْ. This is a favor of my God. This is the favor of my Lord. He didn't say this is because of me, or this is of mine. This is because I am special in the sight of Allah, or because I have some knowledge and I have given this wealth because of myself. If it were not for the fact that I am special in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wouldn't give me this wealth. No, He didn't say anything like that. He said, this is the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. هذا من فضل ربي. But why? ليبلوني. He wants to test me. ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر. Will I thank Him or I will deny Him? ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر. ومن شكر فإنما يشكر النفس. And whosoever thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his action will return him. He will receive benefit from his action. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ رَبِّي غَنِيٌّ كَرِيمٌ. And if you deny him, then Allah will not lose anything. You cannot harm Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ, if you deny, the result, the harm, the evil result of this action will turn to you, of course. بَلْ هِيَ فِتْنَةٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amend his statement and says, no, it is not for the fact that he has knowledge and we gave him that favor. No. بَلْ هِيَ فِتْنَةٌ. But it is only a trial. بَلْ هِيَ فِتْنَةٌ. So we have to be ready for these kind of trials in this life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may make us rich today, and He can make us poor tomorrow in order to test us. When He makes us rich, we should know that this wealth came to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should thank Him, we should be grateful to Him. And when tomorrow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes that wealth from us, we should be patient, and we should know that this is the trial of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He wants to see us, what we will react. We should at that day know that this is the action of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should be patient. We should not disobey Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. بل هي فتنة. Now these are what we learned from Quran, and when we reason the same issue, we can reach to the same consequences. You can see many people have the same intelligence and have the same abilities and wants to make money, but you can see that only one of them or some of them can have money or can make money, too much wealth, but the others cannot. So who is the one who pick one of them, or who picks some of them and makes them rich and remain the rest as a poor? He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is some people who do not do, or who did not have intelligence and did not do as much as they did, but had much more money according to them, if you compare with them. So who is the one who brings them the wealth, and who is the one who does not give them the wealth? It doesn't depend on the intelligence only. It doesn't depend on how much they strive for this only. It depends, all the matter rests with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's very clear in this life. He is the one who changes the circumstances. We should be comfortable. We should be patient. We should see that there is nothing we catch in this life, and there is nothing we can obtain in this life, only what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had decreed for us. قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Say, it will not overtake us, it will not came to us, only what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed for us in this life. We should be careful about our responsibilities. We should obey Him. We should use our mind and understand this life. We should reflect on the ayats of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should worship Him. This our responsibilities. And when we do our responsibility, we should be comfortable, because what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give us, He will give us. It doesn't mean that you should not do anything in order to make money, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will already give to you. No. Why we believe in this way? but at the same time we going to work, we try to make money. Why? What is the reason for that? If you ask this question, why the believers of Islam, although they believe that Allah is the one who gives the wealth whomsoever He wants and takes away the wealth from whomsoever He wants, they believe in this way, but why we are seeing them in this life working in order to make money? The answer is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command us to work. This is only just for the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَابْتَغُوا مِن فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Go and find the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Seek for the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Seek for the provision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We seek, we look for it, but when we find it, we believe that Allah is the one who gave us. It is not for the fact that we looked for it. No, looking for the provision do not mean and do not guarantee the provision for you. It rests with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when we look for the provision, we believe that we are doing or we are worshipping Allah, because we are just doing this action because of the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He enjoined us to look for the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the provisions of subhanahu wa ta'ala just because of His ordainment, just because of His commandment. We do that, but we know that when we receive any provision, this comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the same thing when we know that whatever calamity happens in this life comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you see that the believers taking some actions in order to save themselves and from the calamities, we going away from the danger. Why we hold ourselves from the danger? Why we try to keep ourselves away from the dangers? Why we save ourselves? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained us, because of His commandment, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى التَّهْلُكَةِ. But we know that our action only because of the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it doesn't guarantee the consequence. When any kind of calamity falls on us, we know that this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when we save us and when we rescue ourselves, we do not believe that because of our save, because our action of save, we rescued ourselves. No, Allah is the one who didn't want to send that calamity to us. So our actions because of His commandment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not because of in order to rescue ourselves or in order to make money. These results only in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one who changes the consequences in this life. And the consequences in this life, all of them are the qadar of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already decreed them. But we live in this life in order to show our choice towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, believing in Him or disbelieving in Him, regarding Him, to be respectful to Him or to disrespect Him, to be one of righteous people or to be one of those evil ones. بل هي فتنة. So whenever we receive any wealth or any provision from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should not say, I did that and I have some intelligence, because of my intelligence or because of my earnestness I have received them. No, all of these statements are false.